Big development overnight. UNLV quarterback Matthew Sluka announced he is leaving the team because, quote, representations that were not met. Now we're talking NIL dollars. So UNLV, they're off to a 3-0 start. And last night, their quarterback on a Tuesday night announces that he is walking away from the program mid-season. I got NIL expert at On3, Pete Nakos here. So Pete, what happened? Why are we, after week 3, talking about a starting quarterback on an undefeated team walking away from the program?
So first things first, Josh, we got to go back, right? So Matthew Sluka, Holy Cross transfer, enters the portal this offseason, had a lot of success at the FCS level, and now at UNLV, beats Kansas, has UNLV as a college football playoff contender, and then last night obviously announces he's going to redshirt, enter the transfer portal, step away from the UNLV program. Okay, it's a lot to digest.
Right.
So what exactly happened? We're still trying to find out. There's a lot that happened here. For starters, talked to his agent today, Marcus Cromartie with Equity Sports, and according to him, Matthew Sluka was promised something in the range of $100,000. He's only seen $3,000, which was a relocation fee from the UNLV collective, and that hit over the summer. So he has not been paid for any of his work or anything like that.
So they essentially helped him move.
They did help him move.
And then the payments, according to his agent,
have
not been coming. Now, before we go further, the $100,000 for a transfer quarterback.
Yeah.
Is that within range of what a UNLV should be spending, could be spending? Is that cheap? Is it expensive? Where do you gauge that with what you heard about the transfer portal?
So the average group of 5 NIL collective is working with something in the range of about $500,000 to $1 million. So I would say that's a little bit on the higher end, but at the same time, you need to be competitive in the transfer portal. So that is what his agent said. I talked to the collective before we jumped on here, Josh.
So that's the school side of things.
The collective is the school side,
program.
correct. The program side.
of things.
Talked to them. They said they never extended a $100,000 contract to Matthew Sluka. They were in talks to pay him roughly $3,000 a month. No deal was ever struck. And the other thing to note here is the agent is saying that he had a conversation with an offensive assistant during Matthew Sluka's portal recruitment that would have paid him something in the range of $100,000 to $150,000. All this said, nothing was ever put in writing.
Right, because that's what I was going to get to. I was going to say, so a signed contract, proof of a signed contract could solve this pretty quickly. But if there is no contract, then why did he walk away from the program?
From my understanding, from talking with the agent and talking to some sources, Matthew Sluka felt that he had not been paid what was promised to him, that because of that, he felt that if and you know one thing, Josh, his agent Marcus Cromartie repeatedly told me that he's tried to pick up conversations again with UNLV head coach Barry Odom and the collective dating back to training camp and in recent weeks. And I think I'm still trying to put my finger on the exact decision. Obviously, he was supposedly promised $100,000, and that is a driving factor in his decision.
So, do you think there's any path for him to rejoin the team this season?
No. He has no intention of rejoining the UNLV football program at this point.
So he's going to go back in the transfer portal.
Yes.
And what's the next step for him? And what do you think is he a high value quarterback? Like, does he have the leverage to make this play?
So UNLV beat Kansas. It was a really big win for the program. He rushed for more yards, I believe, in that game than he threw. So I'm not
100 yards in the game.
I'm not here to say that he's going to be a high-value NFL draft pick. I do think, though, and Matthew Sluka believes he gave his all for UNLV. He believes he's owed money, and now he believes that he should enter the transfer portal, from what I've gathered, and try to go earn dollars and also play be a starting quarterback somewhere else.
So a signed contract is really what we're lacking here.
So a signed contract is what we're lacking. We're also trying to still piece together what exactly happened, right? We have the story from the agent, have the story from the collective. and trying to read between the lines and trying to figure out what exactly happened. But it appears a promise was made. A promise has not been delivered. All that said, though, that written contract is still not there.
All right, you guys, we're going to talk a little bit more about this, but you guys, let me know, comment section below right now, who do you think's in the wrong here? Is this on the program side of things? Is the agent? Is the player? Who's in the wrong? Let me know, comment section below. And also, how do you think this thing plays out? Let me know. All right, Pete, let's talk a little bit more general speaking. This is the first that we've seen of this. Are you hearing any other rumblings that there's players, you don't have to name teams, names, anything like that, but is this something that you hear about, NIL promises not being kept? Maybe we've seen it play out in the off season, but never in season. Is this something that we could see more of?
So I've heard about it a ton. I've heard about it a lot in recruiting. I've heard a lot about it in the transfer portal. Even this summer, I got a phone call from an agent who was talking about a starting quarterback at a Power 4 school potentially holding out. That obviously didn't come to fruition, but that just kind of paints the picture of just how close this is to a reality at a lot of programs. And what this also goes back to, Josh, is the relationship between a collective and a college football program. And we've had a lot of Power 4 head coaches speak out today. Brian Kelly, Kirby Smart, Sam Pittman has chimed in about how with the third-party entity, they believe that they don't have a lot of power or saying power about what a collective does.
Could this be a similar situation to the Jaden Rashada drama where he is in the midst of a lawsuit with the Florida Gators? I mean, could it go that far?
I don't know right now, to be honest with you. I think that the fact that there isn't a written contract could hold that up. At the same time, though, if they want to go after a legal, the legal path, they could. But at this moment, I don't know either way.
All right. Well, somebody thought they were owed money. Somebody didn't realize they were paying somebody money. I mean, a written contract would have solved a lot of issues here, but there is none. So we discuss. Let us know. How do you feel about this? How do you feel about the situation in college football with NIL? Let us know. Comment section below.